Hey guys, this is your Tuesday mini-sode series number 35, I believe. 35 and fine, like your favorite host, Misty, of Double Dose of Raw Talk Podcast. And as you guys know, your Tuesday mini-sode series, it is where I give you a deeper look into my soul and share with you what I am present with. And today, I want to talk about a little tiny thing that just kind of came to my mind in this past week. And it is discretion. It is discretion. And I'm not sure how deep I'm going to get with this, right? This is a deeper look into my soul. And of course, anything that I am present with, right, guys? But the reason why I don't know how deep I'm going to get with this is because I might want to keep it a little bit discreet. However, I do want to touch base on the topic itself. And there is a reason why. I made a lot of observations. It's so fucking crazy. What happens when your flight gets delayed? And you gotta sit there for fucking hours waiting until you could board your damn flight. First of all, listen, come back on Thursday. I'm gonna give you a Solita episode. It's gonna be a special one because we're gonna go through all the segments. So, including my new little permanent little mess of the week type of shit that we opening up the shows with. So come back because it's gonna be just me, but you already know I'm very interactive and very charming, so it's gonna be a good one. And I'll dive into the whole thing of all those observations that I made while I was waiting for my goddamn flight. But nevertheless, there was one observation that I made, and y'all gonna be like, damn, Miss D, like, couldn't you like just mind the business that pays you? Like, the fuck are you just sitting in a fucking corner like a fucking creep, quote unquote working? I was totally working, which I have to finish working on this promo for this past week's episode. But y'all, it is amazing the shit you can see and observe when you are sitting in a corner minding the business that pays you, right? Keeping yourself busy, working, whether it's your real job, whether it's, you hear me, real job. That was so fucking shady even to myself. Whether it is your job and it's your side hustle, whatever it may be, right? And you peep a person who, unlike you, is all up in everybody else's business, right? And so because of this person who was sitting on the opposite side of me, who was being real fucking nosy in everybody's business, and by now you already know I'm a nosy ass bitch, but it was interesting to me just how powerful the concept of discretion is, just how amazing it is to be discreet. Like, I was equally nosy as she was, I should say. I was equally attentive to everything that she was fucking attentive to. I saw everything that she was seeing. But the difference between her and I is that I was very fucking discreet about it. And this wonderful little nosy lady was not. And the reason why I wanted to touch base on discretion, this is going to be a really short, sweet dose for you guys this week. But the reason I wanted to touch on it is because, y'all, growing up, I remember my mom, La Charo, you guys already know, I always bring La Charo into the shit. La Charo would always be like, I Daisy, because, I always be saying out of pocket shit. I was always nosy. I was always up. Listen, now I see why my mom used to fucking slap the shit out of me. But she'll be like, ay, Daisy, sé discreta, be discreet, or she would whisper to me, don't say that, no digas eso, you gotta be discreet, like, don't look that way, mind your business, look the other way, don't be so obvious. She would always say things like that to me, and I never, like, I used to be like, as somebody who always used to say what she's, mean what she says and say what she means, right? Since I was very, very young, very, very young, I've been like this. My eyes are very telling. So since I was very, very young, my eyes has been telling on me. My eyes just give me the fuck away, right? But I never really understood the concept behind being discreet. I'm the type of person that, and I share this on this platform, being bold and being raw with it and being real and just saying what's on your mind and just being honest and transparent and loyal. I say these things that I am first and foremost to myself before I can offer this to people. And part of that is, sometimes out of pocket shit does come out of my mouth, right? Sometimes exactly what I see and exactly what I think is exactly what I say. And I realize that's not always the right way to do things. Doesn't mean I'm silencing myself. It's just not always the right way. A time and a place for everything. And I am one that I really have tried to work through that. I really, really have. Y'all remember, one of my friends, shout out to my accountant. She's been a guest on the show. Karma. Her boss calls me, not calls me like physically on the phone, but references me as the girl that said no means yes. There's a whole story behind this shit. And it was a moment, it was a conversation, and not that there's anything bad with that. There isn't. It was a dope as fuck concert. It was a dope as fuck time. I met amazing people that night. But I think about that now, and I'm like, this is why my mom would say, this is why La Chata would say, be discreet. And so while I was sitting there waiting for this plane to arrive so that I can get on the fucking plane and head home, because I was tired by now, right? And again, I'm going to give you all the details on everything else, right? Yeah, to realize just how bluntly nosy and the lack of discretion this lady had. And she was just staring at people, and people knew she was looking at her. Y'all, all I kept thinking to myself was, for one, thank God for shades, because I kept my shades on the whole time and I was peeping the same shit she was peeping. Also, thank God for my laptop that kept me busy because I was working. But then also thank God for my ability to multitask, because while I was working, I was still being nosy. And most importantly, thank God for my mama. Thank God for La Chata, who has fought through so much to instill in me the power of discretion. Because what almost happened was that people almost got into an argument with this lady. They noticed that she was looking at them. They noticed that she was peeping them. And some of them were getting bothered. And for me, it's just you know what? There's strengths to this shit. There's strengths to, you're not blind, right? We're not deaf, no offense to anyone who is, of course. But, if you can hear and if you can see, you're going to look and you're going to listen, right? But there is a very strong, powerful lesson to learn when you are capable and able to be very discreet in certain situations, or maybe in all situations, knowing when it is the time and the place to be present, and not just emotionally, but also just physically and verbally, right? Vocally, I should say vocally. When people know that your presence is there. And I wanted to shine light on that because I don't know how often we think about that concept. And at least for me, how much I put into perspective the concept of discretion while waiting for a flight and then during the flight. And on that note, guys, you guys will come back on Thursday to listen to the little shit about my observations in a very discreet mode during that fucking flight. Y'all, it was interesting. I have so much to say to that and just so much to say on this week's episode on Thursday. So come right back, guys. I'm excited for you guys to tune into that. But think about it. Think about the whole concept of discretion. Think about how you've mastered it. If you are able to do that, if you're capable of doing it. And how is it that you are able to do it? Share with me. Shoot me a DM. Send me an email. Let me know. Because your girl is still, practicing what she preaches here. And I'm trying to preach this into full effect to make sure that I master it. Because it has not always been my forte. You guys already know I share with you guys when something just has not been my forte. But again, on that note, guys, this has been very interesting dose. And as always, I'll talk to you later. Bye.